You have flown this route before, Toronto to Lisbon, 8 hours and 40 minutes over the Atlantic. You've done it so many times the ocean below feels ordinary. That's the job. You make extraordinary things feel ordinary. Tonight, that stops working. It's August 24th, 2001, 3 in the morning, local time. The cabin is dark. Most passengers are asleep. You are at 39,000 feet, somewhere over the open Atlantic, still 150 miles from any runway. You're not worried. There is nothing to be worried about. And then your co-pilot says something that changes that. The fuel isn't balancing, not an alarm, not a crisis, just a number that doesn't match another number. You look, you check, you do what you've trained to do. You try to correct it. What you don't know yet, what nobody in that cockpit knows, is that the plane has been quietly bleeding fuel for hours. A leak in the right engine's fuel system. Slow at first, then faster. The tank's draining in the dark, while 293 passengers sleep behind you. You will think about that detail later. The not knowing part. How calm you were. At 6:13 in the morning, engine number 2 goes quiet. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet. You say to yourself, well, that's it. You don't say it out loud. You send the mayday call. You begin the descent. You tell your co-pilot what to do, and he does it. You do not tell the passengers yet. There is no version of that sentence that helps them. 13 minutes later, engine number 1 flames out too. A 155-ton aircraft. 306 people inside it. No engines. No power. Over the Atlantic Ocean in the dark. You are now flying a glider. The passengers don't know that. The passengers are still asleep. Here is the thing about gliding a commercial jet that nobody tells you. The plane was never designed to do this. Airliners are built to be powered. Always. When both engines cut out, you have one job. Turn that falling aircraft into the longest, flattest fall you can manage. You have 19 minutes. You have one runway within reach. A military airfield on a small island in the Azores. You have to glide 120 kilometers to get to it. You were a bush pilot before all of this. You learned on small planes in bad weather. Short runways, no instruments, just hands and instinct. You didn't know, back then, that you were practicing for this. The descent is fast, faster than it should be. The passengers wake up. Oxygen masks drop from the ceiling. There is no calm way to explain oxygen masks at 3 a.m. over the Atlantic. People start to understand. You can hear it through the cockpit door. You don't think about it. You focus on the runway you can't see yet. You have one attempt. There is no going around. There is no second pass. A jet that size, with no engines, does not get a second chance. The runway appears in the dark below you. Too fast. Coming in too fast. You work the controls manually. No power assist, no automation. Just you and the aircraft, and whatever the next 30 seconds decide to be. The wheels hit the runway hard. The brakes lock. The tires blow out. All of them. One by one. The plane screams down the runway and stops. 18 seconds from touchdown to silence. You sit there for a moment. 306 people behind you. All of them breathing. All of them alive. You walk back through the cabin. You don't remember exactly what you said. Something careful. Something that doesn't sound like what just happened. Later, they call you a hero. Newspapers, television, the whole country, it feels like. You give the interviews. You use the right words. You don't feel like a hero. You feel like someone who got the math right. But then the investigation begins. They find the fuel leak. They find the maintenance error. And then they find something else. During the crisis, you had transferred fuel from the working engine to the one that was failing. not realizing that engine was the one leaking. You made it worse, not out of panic, out of training, out of trying to fix it, but worse nonetheless. They don't strip your license. They don't take away the award they gave you. But they give you partial responsibility for what happened. Hero and partially responsible. Both true. At the same time, you think about that a lot. The passengers didn't know any of this while it was happening. Some of them wrote to you, kind letters, grateful letters. A few of them told you they held hands in the dark and waited. You read those letters more than once. You went back to flying. Not right away, but eventually. The same routes. The same ocean. You flew until 2017. 16 more years after the night you glided a dead jet to the only runway within 100 miles. The question people always ask is, were you afraid? You think about that question every time. The honest answer is no, not in the way they mean. There wasn't room for fear in those 19 minutes. Fear is something that comes after, when it's quiet, when you're alone, when you're sitting in a parked car in the dark, and your hands are steady, and you're trying to figure out who you are now on the other side of it. There is no training for that part. Some flights change you. This one didn't change you. It revealed you. The pilot you'd been building yourself into for 30 years, that's who showed up. The ocean doesn't care about any of that. It was dark when you crossed it. It was dark when you crossed it again, the next time, and the time after that. You just kept flying. That's the whole story. Some days, that's enough.